This week I want to continue the discussion of business plans for entrepreneurs that I began a couple of weeks back. I strongly believe that the act of creating a business plan will serve you well by identifying weaknesses in your model, sharpening your assumptions, and preparing you for the reality of operating the business. Last time I introduced the 3 R's of business plans: research, refinement, and writing. Today I want to talk a bit about the all-important research any entrepreneur needs to do when they have an idea for a new business. There are great resources available for doing fact-finding, and the nets have sure made it easier. Plan on investing a great deal of time in this analysis. The process can take weeks, even months. So here are 6 areas of focus. Of course, any business can have distinct aspects that require individual study, but these are pretty much common to any new business. So 1. Make sure someone else didn't do it already. Start with Google. Try words or phrases associated with your idea. Ask acquaintances if they have ever heard of a business like this. Search the media. And if somebody has already done it, ask yourself whether you can do it better, cheaper, faster. Second, understand your market. How big is it and how fast is it growing? Is it a mature market that will require you to steal share, or a new market where you can actually increase the size of the pie to your own benefit? Great place to start is the U.S. Census Bureau. The 2007 economic census includes information industry by industry. You can drill down to see details on the numbers of businesses, industry sales, payroll, number of employees, all in one place. Another great resource is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They publish valuable data on occupations, wages, employment rates, and projections. Third, know the competition. Ask who they are. How fast are they growing? What can you learn from them? Look at what they do well and what they're doing poorly. If you can identify the competition and gather data on their business, this can go a long way to help you in making yours even stronger. Next, make projections. It's critical that you understand the numbers which your business will be built on, and that means making projections. How will your business grow and how fast? Find comparable companies and gather as much data as you can. If you can build a historical model of similar business, you can use that model to apply to your own venture. This can be relatively easy when looking at publicly held companies, but devilishly difficult with private firms. Using a tool like the Wayback Machine can give you access to an archive of old web pages where you can scrape data that a company made available on their own site. 5. Understand your costs. It's impossible to make meaningful projections if you don't know how much it will take to get your business up and running. What are the startup expenses? How much will it cost to operate the business once it's running? Will the formula change as you scale? Be sure to take the time to understand the unit economics. What will each unit cost you to produce? What do your margins look like? How much will one additional unit contribute to the bottom line? 6. If you got this far and your research hasn't led you to abandon the idea, then it's time to name it. Get out the dictionary, the translation tools, even the baby naming books, and start the brainstorming. Until you go through it yourself, you have no idea how long or difficult this part of the process is. What does this have to do with research, though? Well, take the time and make sure that a competitor doesn't own your name, that a good URL is available, and that there are no trademarking issues. Be sure to check out Whois, GoDaddy, or one of the other registration services to make sure the URL is available. You can also visit the U.S. Patent and Trademark website to search for the name. One other important thing to remember: save your work. Document everything, as you will be referring to your research throughout your business plan. I'm also including links to some of the resources I mentioned. They're just below this video. Click through and enjoy. I'm Mike Sampson. Thanks for visiting CrowdSpring.